This is Understanding My Community by Kyle Beisner. We'll start off with some customs and traditions for the community served by USD 272. Downs hosts the Kansas Storytelling Festival every April and has for the last 19 years. This has turned into a fairly large event with local schools busing students in for the Storytelling Festival. We are currently celebrating Downs Celebration. Again, this is the 133rd annual celebration. It's a 3-day event in Downs and is by far and away the biggest event of the year. It's a carnival, music, entertainment for the 3 evenings. Class reunions are held during this time. It's an opportunity for people to return to the community, and in the school and different organizations are really involved in the celebration, a lot of times with fundraising events and assisting with things like the parade. Glen Elder and Cocker City both hold picnics. Glen Elder's is usually held in July, and the Cocker City Twine-a-thon is held in August, when twine is added to the world's largest ball of twine, probably the biggest attraction in our communities. And just recently, the Downs Chamber of Commerce has tried to start an Oktoberfest, another opportunity for people to return to the community and just a community get-together. Population characteristics for 3 of the communities served by USD 272. Downs is the largest community with a population of 900 during the last census. As you can see, with 97.3% Caucasian, there's very little diversity in the population. For the population 25 and older, you see 78.6% have a high school degree, but only 15.8% have bachelor's degrees. A little comment there about religious affiliation in Downs. And then just some statistics compared to the Kansas state average. Downs median household income is below the state average. House value significantly below the state average. Median age is significantly above the state average, and the percentage with a bachelor degree is below the state average. Our 2011-2002 enrollment numbers there. We have 2 elementary campuses, one in Downs and one in Glen Elder. There were 88 students in the K through 3 grades between those 2 schools. Our middle school and junior high are in Cocker City, and there were 94 students in grades 4 through 8 this year. And our high school campus is in Downs, and we had 94 students this year. The school is a consolidation between the 3 towns, and this will be the 10th year of Lakeside Schools. Cocker City is a population of 469 people, and as you can see, the rest of the information, all 3 communities are very similar as far as Caucasian-based populations. Again, the statistics about education and economic. Glen Elder with a population of 445. Communication channels that we have in our area. Local newspapers in each area, the Downs News and Times, the Cocker City Ledger, and the Glen Elder Ledger. Local radio stations, 94.1, which is located in Glen Elder, would probably be the station people get most of their news and their information from. They have a morning show that a lot of people in the community listen to, and they do a lot of activities with the school. A lot of athletic events are on the radio, and a lot of it's through them. 105.5 and 1190 in Beloit are also radio stations that serve the community. Just recently, our school has a television channel that Next Tech helps run. A lot of schools in the area have this service from Next Tech. Replays school athletic events, programs, and other school activities. The channel is run by students at our school through a technology class that is offered. The City of Downs, the Chamber of Commerce website is probably the most up-to-date. Each town in our community has a website, but most of them haven't been updated in the last 4 to 5 years. Our school website is usd272.org, and you can get some information on there, but again, a website that I don't know that we fully utilize. Newspaper and radio would be the main local news outlets for us. Community groups in the different towns. Downs offers probably the most variety of different groups with varying interests. Some of the larger and maybe more influential groups include the Downs Chamber of Commerce, the Rotary Club, the Lions Club, the Downs Art Council, and we have 2 sorority groups in our town, Nu Alpha and Xi Theta, and they do a lot of fundraising that provide local scholarships to our students. They're very involved in the schools. Glen Elder's Lions Club is a very large group. Again, they are involved in the schools. They help take tickets at ball games and have a cookout for the students to start every school year. And the Cocker City American Legion would be their largest group. School groups, we have an FFA group, a FACS group, and Honor Society would be the 3 biggest extracurricular groups for student involvement. Parent community involvement include the Booster Club. We have a site council, and we have a parents as teacher group that has really been picking up, and a lot of parents in the community are utilizing that. Leadership in the communities and in the school. USD 272, our superintendent. We have a building principal for the Downs campus, K through 3 and 9 through 12. And then we have a Cawker City principal, which serves our middle school and junior high and also travels to Glen Elder campus, our K through 3 school down there. The city governments, there's elected officials in all 3 towns, a mayor and a 5-person city council member. And each town does a good job working with each other when need be. All 3 towns, if there's issues that involve all 3 towns, they do a good job of working together. Community leader characteristics. The good thing about small communities, all leaders, both community and on our school board, have been raised in the community. It helps a lot, obviously, when serving the needs of a small community, when the leaders understand what the community needs and are willing to kind of go to bat for the community and do what it takes to help our community continue to strive. Our school leadership has been very forward-thinking during the recent, some tough times, obviously, that have gone on in Kansas. And while we have lost probably some numbers of faculty due to retirement and then not hiring back, I think our school has done a great job maintaining high standards and achievements. Our school has been very decorated with some governor's awards and a national Blue Ribbon Award last year that some of our teachers and our middle school principal got to travel to Washington, D.C. to accept. The economic conditions in all 3 communities rank lower to significantly lower in most categories when compared to the Kansas State averages. I was talking to our superintendent the other day, and our school, almost 70% of our students qualify for free or reduced lunches. Downs, Cawker City, and Glen Elder are communities obviously driven by agriculture. Wheat harvest would be the busiest time of the year, as well as a fall harvest. The cash crops around that most farmers grow would include soybeans, milo, and corn. And even the large employees are related to agriculture. Agro, which is in Cawker City and Beloit, employs a lot of our students' parents, as well as Miller Welding and Downs. Our local governments and school administration do a good job of remaining separate. When need be, they do a good job of working together, though. Again, a lot of the local government officials have a stake in the school because they obviously have students attending our local schools. I've been here for 9 years, and rarely have I ever seen there be a split between school administration and local government. Some numbers on just a real quick snapshot of our budget for the next operating year, and as many schools, it seems to have been decreasing the last couple of years. And so, as again, a lot of schools, we're trying to do more with less. USD 272, we've tried to supplement some of the lost aid with fundraising. Our school does a good job of providing opportunities for the students to raise money to continue some programs. And our communities, one of the best parts of rural communities is we get wonderful support for our students and activities and organizations from our communities. Downs doesn't really have a whole lot of social tensions in Downs, Cawker City, and Glen Elder. The only social tension that you might see a little bit would be brought on by economic standing, as I put on there, kind of the haves versus the have-nots. There's a list of references that I used to compile the slide presentation. When looking at communities and the ISLIC standards, I really thought standard number 4 jumped out, that educational leader promotes success of every student by collaborating with faculty and community members, responding to diverse community interests and needs, and mobilizing community resources. I think it boils down to it is very important for educational leaders. You have to know your stakeholders, and you have to be able to identify them, and you have to be able to meet their needs, and obviously provide the education that their children deserve. Also, ISLIC standard number 6. An educational leader promotes success of every student by understanding, responding to, and influencing political, social, economic, legal, and cultural context. And I thought that function number 2 really stuck out there when saying an educational leader must act to influence local, district, state, and national decisions affecting student learning. So you obviously have to know the political structure of the communities you serve and be comfortable enough to go to bat for your schools.